Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Buzz Official here. MLB the Show just dropped the Jackie Robinson Day program, a new Conquest board, a new rank seasons with new rewards, and a new headliner. Alright, so the first thing we gotta talk about is this Jackie Robinson Day program right here. So there's 20 tiers to this new program with lots of new players. The first one being this Andy Cooper starting pitcher. Now he has no quirks, his pitching stats are decent if you need a left-handed pitcher, not a bad option. The second player is this Rap Dixon. He's a right fielder, but as you see there, he has a ton of secondary positions. Unfortunately, he has no quirks like many of the players will see. The third player you're gonna get is this Leon Day. He's a starting pitcher who's right-handed, but as you see, he can play second and center field. His pitching stats are pretty decent. He has bad control though, and these are actually his hitting stats, and many people didn't know. If you press X or square on PlayStation, it'll tell you these guys' hitting stats, and as you can see, he's pretty decent in the box. So if you need a second baseman, he's not a bad option. And the fourth player, one I'm kind of excited about, is the Rube Foster here. Throws some nice pitches, but again, he has no quirks, and again, he has secondary positions, first base and right field. These are his hitting stats. They're not as good as the previous guy, but they're pretty decent. If you're really in need of a first baseman or a right fielder, he could possibly satisfy that hole. Pause. And the last card, the 20th tier, is of course the man, the myth, the legend, the barrier breaker. It's Jackie Robinson. Now, fortunately, he does have a lot of quirks. Thank you, San Diego Studios, for actually giving a free player quirks. As you can see, he has some of the good ones too. Dead Red, Breaking Ball hitter, and some of the other ones here. His hitting stats are actually pretty decent for a Jackie Robinson card that's 89 overall, and honestly, he can play a lot of positions as you see. So if you're in need of any of these positions, he's not a bad option. His fielding definitely can make him play out of position. His speed, he can definitely play left field, and his arm might even be good enough to play third base. Honestly, a pretty W card. I'm actually very impressed by San Diego Studios giving us this card. Now, how are you going to be able to actually get this Jackie and all the other players? Well, first, you're going to have to do the moments. So as you can see here, the moments, the first one, you just got to get a hit. You got to get on base 2 times for the second mission. For the third mission, you need to tally 2 hits. And for the last one, all you got to do is get 42 parallel XP with a Dodger player. And as you can see, you can play it pretty much in any mode. Now, the next missions are from the Negro League itself. You're going to have to get XP with the free cards that you were given. Andy Cooper here, you're going to have to get 350. The Rap Dixon, you're going to get 150. The Leon Day, 350. And the Rube Foster, 350. Now, the good thing is as you're doing this, you're also going to be doing these other 3 missions at the bottom here simultaneously. So as you're getting XP with any of those 4 cards, you're going to also be getting it for these. And these also give extra stars. So as you can see, this one is 500 parallel XP, this one is 1,000, and this one is 1,500. The first 2 give you 5 stars each, and the last one will give you an extra 10. Now, the next thing you could do for stars is actually collect the players from the storylines, and keep this in mind because this is going to be huge for later on. The first thing you're going to have to do is collect these 3 players: James Cool Papa Bell, Norman Turkey Stearns, and Wilbur Bullet Joe Rogan, and you'll get 20 stars for doing that collection. The next one is from the new storylines that actually just dropped, and you're going to only have to collect Leroy Matlock and Oscar Charleston. Unfortunately, they don't have nicknames on these cards, so I don't know if they have any. If you know, put that in the comments down below. That'd be cool knowledge to learn. And the last way to get a 20 extra stars is going to be from the Jackie Robinson Showdown. Now, at the end of the Showdown, as you see here, you're going to get this choice pack. You're going to get to choose 2 players, but there's actually 4 players that you could get from this. So it's going to be important to do it twice. As you'll see, for a collection, it'll be very useful. Now, those 4 players are going to be starting with the first one is this Jose Menendez. Unfortunately, he has no quirks. He's a pretty decent card. He's really low K per 9s, but there's some pretty good pitches, and his hitting stats are decent. I wouldn't play him in the field, but he could hit for sure, so he's an option. The next choice you're going to get to pick from is this Tony Stone card. Tony Stone also has no quirks, really good contact hitter, and doesn't have a secondary position, so not a bad choice at second if you really need one. But I'm sure if you do this, you'll just put Jackie there. But you know, if you want to have a full team of Negro League players, you technically could move Jackie and put him there. The third option you're going to be able to pick from that pack is this Buck O'Neil card. Again, he has no quirks. I don't know why San Diego Studios keeps giving us free players with no quirks. That's pretty frustrating, but definitely a pretty decent card, pretty balanced card. And the last option you're going to get to pick from is this Bill Foster. So if you do the Showdown twice, you're going to get that pack, and you're going to be able to choose those 4 players, which will be huge for what we're going to talk about next. But this is the 4th and final card you could pick from. Honestly, not that great of a card, but decent. Again, no quirks. Okay, so I've been talking about collections, collecting the players, and why. And this is the reason why. As you see here, if you go into your collections and then you go into legends and flashbacks, there is the new Negro League collections. Now, if you press on that, you'll see here I haven't collected any. I've been kind of late to this new content. I haven't been feeling great. But if you collect 20, you're going to be able to get that John Donaldson. And if you collect 13, you're going to be able to get Larry Doby. Now, these cards are game breaking, but let's go ahead and talk about them. So the first one for collecting 13 is this Larry Doby. He's a center fielder who can also play various positions. He's a pretty good hitter. He's a left-handed bat. I usually like playing with Larry Doby early in the year. It seems kind of late to be getting him now, but he's usually pretty decent early in the year. He's not that bad of a fielder, and his hitting stats are very, very, very good. Now, thankfully, he does have corks. So as you can see, he has some pretty good ones. He has dead red and breaking ball hitter and situational hitter. So honestly, a pretty decent card. W San Diego Studios giving us this for free and also giving it corks. And next is the big one, the one that everybody is upset about. We have a lot of pitchers that just came out that are pretty annoying to face, and he's one of them. It's John Donaldson. So you get this card from collecting 20 of the cards from the Negro League, and I've told you a way to get a few of them, which will definitely get you there. And now there's going to be ways to get others, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. So you might ask, why is everyone angry about this card? His stats don't look that great. Well, let me show you why. So if you go to corks, this guy has outlier 1 and outlier 2, which means good luck hitting him. Now, I didn't play the game last year, but in 23, every game I played of squad, it was either Randy or John Donaldson. What are the two cards that we just got? Randy and John Donaldson. I will definitely be using this card, and hopefully you guys will be too. Well, actually, hopefully you guys won't be, because, you know, I don't want to face him every single game, but yeah. His stats are pretty good, though. So, John Donaldson can also play center. These are his hitting stats. I mean, they're meh, but definitely can pitch. Now, on the single player side, there is also an additional thing they added, which is Conquest, and it is this Hilton Smith card. So, as you can see here, they did add a new Conquest board, and you will get this Hilton Smith, which will help you towards the collection for John Donaldson. These are his stats. He's honestly not that great. He unfortunately has no corks. He goes to the collection, so you should get him done if you have time. His hitting stats are also like pretty decent, and you could actually get away with playing him in the outfield. He has a pretty strong arm, and he's not that slow. So that is the Hilton Smith card that you can get from doing the Conquest. Now, a little micro thing they added is this Pack 8 headliners. They added Don Smith into the game. Doesn't have very many corks, but he's always fun to pitch with just because he has that screwball, and these are his stats. He's pretty decent, honestly. If you can get him for cheap, he's honestly worth a try at pitcher. And he's pretty cheap. He's only 10K right now. He'll probably keep dropping. Most of these cards from headliners do drop in price. Now, the other thing is, if you did play Weekend Classic, they did drop these 2 free packs here, a free 5 bundle and a free headliner pack. I wish they gave more for all the bugs that we had to deal with, but honestly, at least they gave us something better than EA. But let's forget all that and talk about the next thing. And that next thing is the new rank season. So as you can see here, I'm already giving you a little teaser of the new cards. We got a new Chipper, new Martin Digo, and some other new cards that we'll talk about. So the first thing is, if you hit World Series, you're going to be able to pick between either Martin Digo or Chipper Jones. This Martin Digo has no corks, and these are his pitching stats. His balls per 9 is pretty low, and his control is not great, but honestly, not that impressive. The cool thing is, he plays literally every position in the game. He's like the first card that has been able to do that this year, so that's pretty cool. But honestly, not that great of a card. And the second card, which I was hyped about when I saw the picture, but then I saw the stats and I wasn't too excited about, is this Chipper Jones. Now, it's Chipper. He's a switch hitting third baseman. Love Chipper. Great swing. But as you can see, he is terrible versus right-handed pitching. I wish they made it a little bit better. Now, if you parallel 5 it, is it usable? I would say maybe, but not a great card. And his fielding is pretty bad for third base for the hot corner. So honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this card. Let me know how you guys feel about this card, because the community seems to not be pretty hyped about it. Now, thankfully, Chipper does have corks, and he has good ones, of course. He has dead red, breaking ball hitter, situational hitter. And right now he's going for 80K. Wouldn't buy him for that, because as you saw at the end of Rank Season 1, he will drop in price. So if you want Chipper and you're not able to get to World Series, just hold out. Maybe a few days before the season ends, you could probably pick him up for 30, 20K. And for GOAT, if you're absolutely insane at the game, you get, of course, one of these cards here, the no-sell diamonds, and it's just the gold version of it. Now, besides those two, from actually being cracked at the game, the multiplayer program is refreshed. And honestly, we got some pretty sick stuff in this. So the first thing is this Michael Kopech. Boy, is he legit. His stats are absolutely nuts. 99 mile per hour four seam, 92 mile per hour cutter, meta, and a slider. His walks per 9 control is low, but he has outlier 1. Therefore, he's broken. So honestly, if you need a relief pitcher, he's free if you just play online or play duos, and you can get him. Now, the next free card you can get that everybody's also very angry about, just like John Donaldson, is the Satchel Paige. This Satchel Paige card is insane. He's absolutely crap. He cannot hit, he can only pitch, and thank God for that. Because just like Kopech, just like John Donaldson, he has outlier 1, and he has very meta pitches. You're going to be facing this guy and getting 103 at the head, 75 to low 70s on a screwball, and then you're going to be getting 100 again. Or they'll go 100, and then they'll drop it to 95 on the sinker, and then back to 100. Good luck. You can buy him right now for 60K, but not worth it. He's completely free, and I'll show you how. But before I do that, there's also 2 more things down the road for the choice pack. It's a little ahead of ourselves, but that's fine. fine. 20 hasn't been showed yet. It'll be showed later on, just like last season when they dropped the second drop. But here's one that you could get, and it's from the first ranked season, and it's rewind. You can get this Mickey Mantle or Steve Carlton if you didn't get a chance to get to World Series last season. I'm not going to go over these cards because they've been out a while. If you're interested, you could just look them up. Right now, though, they're 19 to 20K each. Don't waste your stubs. They will literally be free. But at 130 stars, you're going to get the BR Flawless 10-0 Rewind pack. Now, they used to not do this. I don't know if this is new, but this is insane to me. These cards finally started to tank in price, but as you see, you're going to have your choice between Lance Berkman or Goose Gossage. Again, I'm not really going to go into these cards because they've been out for a while, but they're insane. So when you get a chance, and if you get a chance, do these. And 135, we don't know yet. It'll probably be out when the third drop of missions come out. But again, they are doing these 50 show packs, and you'll also get a chase pack with it, just like last time. You're also again going to get a choice pack of the premiere, which for me have been cracked packs, so W San Diego Studios. Okay, so Buzz, you've been showing me these cards. How do I get them? And to get them, you literally just got to scroll down to first drop missions, and we'll go through them. First one, 25 hits multiplayer, can be ranked, can be co-op, can be BR, can be events, can be weekend classic. You just got to get 25 hits. If you suck, you could get 25 hits. Next thing is 5,000 parallel XP in any multiplayer mode. I don't know how many games that'll take, but you should be able to get it done. Same thing, you play it anywhere in multiplayer. 15 stolen bases, 50 runs, 75 strikeouts, 250 total bases, and those will get you a ton of stars. And when you've done those, you're going to unlock the free players, and when you get the free players, you're going to be able to use them to get even more stars. So if you get 500 parallel XP here with the Kopech, 5 extra stars, 500 XP with the Satchel Paige, 5 extra stars. Now the cool thing is, I think if you have a friend who has either of these cards and you play with them, their parallel XP counts towards your missions. Now I think even if you don't have the card, that works, but if it doesn't, let me know down below so I can correct that information. Now that wraps up all the new stuff that they dropped, but before we just end, I'm going to show you the storylines and how to access them, because many people actually don't know how to do that. So the first thing you have to do is actually just go to the main menu, leave Diamond Dynasty. I know we never leave it, but leave it, and then literally just scroll over 3 times to storylines. When you press it, you'll probably get a cutscene, so I'm not going to press it, and then you literally just got to do missions. They're missions just like moments from Jackie or moments from David Ortiz. Any of the players you've had to do so far, they're pretty easy, but they do take a little bit of time. So if you have free time and you're dedicated to actually getting that John Donaldson, go ahead and do them. But again, that is all the content that just dropped. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're excited to face John Donaldson and Satchel Paige again. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure to comment down below. Make sure to sub. 97.8% of you guys are not subbed to my channel. Any interaction really helps me get my name out there and really hit the algorithm. And I'll be back soon with another video for the April Spotlight Drop 3 and the Easter program. Thanks for watching.